This is Andy Purawal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'm delighted to be joined by Al Siesta over Zoom. Al, first and foremost, how are you doing?
I'm doing very, very well. I've got Wayne in an hour. I'm looking forward to it. For some point, I need to go and get ready, iron up, whatever it is. And yeah, doing very well. Everything is done. Medicals are in place. All the licenses and permissions are in place. Everyone is here. Everyone is on weight. Brilliant. We're ready to roll, bro.
That's good to hear, Al. That's good to hear. Let's first and foremost, let's talk about Belarus. How are you finding life over there?
I'm finding life very well, man. It's beautiful. It's very calm, absolute zero crime. People are really nice, really polite, very friendly, and you feel welcome and appreciated. I love that.
Now let's go back to last week first, Al, and reflect on your first week of the second lot of Cold War shows. Talk me through the card and what seemed to have received a brilliant reaction online.
Yeah, the card was very good, very evenly matched. You know, I like the way I do things. I like it to be as even if it's as possible. And this is my ethos. If I can't give you big names, I can give you the fights which are evenly matched. That's what I want. I mean, I prefer to have smaller cards, but more of them and well matched. 50-50s, great value, very exciting. Bone to bone fights.
Reflect on the card for me last week. I'll just go through it one by one for me.
Okay, so I remember Byfield against Yevchenko. That was an absolute all-out war. Beautiful. Yevchenko had him in the first 3-4 rounds, and I thought I seen him won't come out for one of the rounds and retire on his stool. That's how it was going, in my opinion. And then suddenly, Byfield broke the flow and climbed on Yevchenko. Then Yevchenko came back, and then Byfield climbed. And the last round was an absolute shootout. It was brilliant and well-deserved draw for both. No one deserved to be a loser in that fight. And the main event, Sirotkin against Dennis, had promoter's dream fight, you know, knockdowns, Sirotkin being rocked, and then late stoppage, you know, in round 8. And Grant Dennis is a real man, true warrior, true fighter, and we'll see him again, I'm sure.
And obviously moving on to this week's shows, you got Troianovski versus Garrido as your headline bout. Talk to me about that one, and talk to me about the rest of the card as well.
Yeah, Troianovski against Garrido, great match, I think. I mean, it's much more complex than people think, and there are lots of factors that make this fight close. And I do believe it's possibly last Garrido's fight. That's what I heard. So he will put real performance. And Troianovski got big aspirations further, so he's got no space for slip downs, you know. So that will be very interesting. One of them can really bang, and another one goes forward. So it's designed. The match stylistically is brilliant. And also we've got Chudinov against Brown. Don't blink fight. I mean, Chudinov is ready. He's here. He's already on weight. Jermaine Brown in good spirit. So I think it will be very, very interesting fight as well. And Elnur Samedov, top 50 lightweight from Russia, southpaw, born in Azerbaijan, great body puncher against Alexander Podolsky. Both is something like 11-1 against 11-1. That's the kind of fight that is. They great. It's a really evenly matched fight, and I expect all-out war there as well. Nothing less than that. You know?
Al, from when you did your first set of Cold War shows previously, and now you're doing them for the second time, what's been the biggest learning curves that you've had throughout the entire process?
The biggest learning curve was patience and organization. That's what it is. Organization, you need to be relaxed, you need to be calm, you need to eliminate stress. And the only way you can eliminate those factors is by being really organized. Have lots of contacts like Siesta has, lots of fighters like Siesta has. I have great relationship with all those people like Siesta has. So that's what you need in order to run all of those events one after another, you know? I've got no time for bullshit. If I said I'll pay you this money, I'll pay you this money. If I said to you, you're going to get great room, fantastic, you're going to get direct flight, that's what you'll be having. I will look after you, speak to the bridge who's been to my shows, and I have calls from promoters saying, and managers, Al, we're ready to work. You can have our fighters any time of day.
Oh, you're certainly making a lot more noise in the boxing world over these past, say, year or so. A lot of the people are talking about you. From your experiences in particular with the Cold War shows, do you feel like you can bring back the successes that you have with them onto UK shows?
100%, 100%. I truly believe when I'll put UK, Cold Wars UK, it will be a sellout. I've got no idea. And let me tell you that if I will be coming to the UK, putting Cold Wars UK there, the cards will be spectacular. They will worth every penny.
Moving forward, I was trying to get your thoughts on a few other things and some of your other fighters. Zach Chelli, it's been announced he's going to be in the Ultimate Boxer tournament. Talk to me about the decision to see Zach enter that.
Zach Chelli, that tournament is perfect for him. I reckon it's designed for him. He should sail in theory through that tournament, but knowing boxing, anything could happen. There's Diego Costa, who's a heavy puncher. There's another couple of guys that are really good. I mean, I would favor Zach, but you never know. But Zach needs to overcome and become you need to win that tournament in order to make real noise on ITV, BT Sports, who's thank you guys for putting that event for us. So, and thank you to Ben Shalom for being a promoter, promoting this great series of, it's called the Boxer now, I think, not Ultimate Boxer, Boxer. So, brilliant. Well done. And I'm fancying Zach Chelli's chances to become victorious in that tournament, you know. And it's great for his profile and Siesta boxing as well.
A lot of people still mentioning his draw with Jack Cullen last time out. Going back to that, what's kind of Zach's mindset now? Has he completely moved past it? Is he still frustrated about it?
No, he's not frustrated. I think he doesn't care. 1 second, let me just pour a bit of more green tea. You know what it's like. Yeah, I don't think Zach cares much, to be honest with you. That fight is thing of the past. As you saw, Jack Cullen is now fighting Jamie Cox, and I believe it's a 50-50 affair with Jamie Cox being out of the ring for that long. So we'll see where Jack Cullen is. I think Jack Cullen learned from Chelli's fight a lot, and yeah, they got their own destiny now. And if they're bound to meet somewhere further down the line, let it be. Brilliant. And it will have little spite, will have little history. I mean, look, every fight, you don't have to come back to the rematch instantly, or don't have to come back to the fight as your next fight. Let it go, let it brew. There's a history, you know? Things I always say to the fighters, because I've been offered this fight for loads of money. I'm saying, listen, if you keep winning, this fight will be there all the time, but for bigger money. You know, don't rush to take it.
We've also got Beck Connolly fighting this coming weekend against Ellie Scottney. Talk to me about that one, Al. What should we expect to see from Beck? Because I know she's been in the ring with a lot of talented female fighters.
Beck Connolly, yeah, I inherited. I mean, I'm grateful to Paddy Fitzpatrick. I mean, he just called me out of blue and said, Al, I've been thinking who I can pass my fighters, who I look after, like Luke Watkins, like Ryan Martin, Beck Connolly, guys who I really attached to. My long-term projects. And you know what? We don't really know each other, but somehow I feel that you're the man for the job. And I said, Paddy, I'm really honored. Thank you so much. So I'm working with these guys now. Yeah, Beck is for the hell of a fight there. Ellie Scottney is very special. She is very special. That little dimply, smiley face, brown eyes, and cute. So she's an assassin. I know it. But you know what? Beck is very, very tough. So I predict big assault from, or attempt of an assault, boxing assault we're talking about, in the ring from Ellie Scottney, and it's for Bex to handle it correctly and maybe turn that force into her favor, like what they do in judo. When you got really strong fighter in judo, you might use him for your throws because he helps you actually to do those throws. You know, in boxing you can project counters, whatever it is. It's all depending on how good the preparation went for Beck Connolly. I know she's been waiting for that fight for a while, and she knew about it.
You mentioned at the beginning of your answer there, Al, obviously, you know, teaming up with and kind of taking over from Paddy Fitzpatrick with some of his fighters. Talk about the plans with those guys and what do you expect to do with them moving forwards?
I'll do lots of work with them. I mean, Luke Watkins at the moment in rehabilitation. He will have an 8-rounder to come back, and I'll give him the opportunity. Ryan Martin going to go straight into the very, very good fight, and I will make that announcement in due course, and it will be happening early December, and that will be for the title, and those announcements are pending, but they're coming very soon.
How do you feel like the years of work you've put into boxing, you're finally starting to gain the recognition you possibly feel you deserve?
I don't know. I don't really care about being recognized. All I care is, I said to my wife last year, she said, "What do you want to do? You're quite comfortable with Matchroom, matchmaking. You travel in every show. You're earning decent money. You do what you want to do, kind of, you enjoying it. Is that what you want to do? Is that your future?" I said, "No. In 2020, I'd like to be the one who's paying." That's what I said. In 2020, I'd like to be the one who is paying. So in 2019, Eddie was the one who's been paying us money, all of us, matchmakers, managers, fighters. In 2020, I'm my own promoter, and I'm now paying money, paying purses, paying matchmakers. Not paying myself though. Yeah, but that's coming. Do you understand? So I don't care about recognition. I want to establish the business, get good television partners, put everything in place, see profit and loss, and see what profits my company gets every show I put, and have that really nice, good, consistent business roll. And when I'm happy, I'm relentless. And when I'm unhappy, I'm even more relentless. So this, I will tackle it one way or the other, you know? Sorry. I'm using this word relentless. I feel guilty because Eddie nicked it for his book. You know, so people are going to say, "Oh, I mean, okay, Ed. I mean, listen, we're banning that word now. I will not be saying that word because that word belongs to him. Do you know what I mean?"
You mentioned obviously taking that step in 2020 to be the man who was paying all of the people who would work on those shows. Given the fact that we are in the middle of a pandemic, how has it been a bit more difficult? Well, I'll say a bit more. Has it been a lot more difficult at all, given the current situation around the world?
Man, it's always been difficult for me. Always been difficult for me, you know. And pandemic is a clear space when all my enemies or jealous people or envy haters not doing anything. So I'd rather have obstructions from airlines, boxing federations, and the border control than all those people who, in the normal circumstances, would prevent me from doing business. That's why, in my opinion, these times are perfect for me because my enemies are weak. You know?
Oh, moving forwards again, Luther Clay, we haven't had a chance to touch on him. How's he been kind of feeling, obviously, on the back of that defeat to Chris Congo at fight camp?
Yeah. He started his fight camp. He's training. He kind of brushed it. I mean, I'm not sure. There's no confidence loss. He has to revisit certain things, certain fundamentals. Yes, we know he's got problem with fighting rangy fighters, and we are working on it and just brushing up on his skills. Really coming back, taking it slow. Possibly December we will have the date for him. I've got really good fight for him that I would like to announce soon as well. I mean, I left it with Luther. It's for Luther to decide if he wants to take it or not. I mean, it's competitive. It's not super dangerous. But God bless him. Think, yeah, for sure. And that's the situation. So yeah, Luther will be out. I mean, if not this year, next year, definitely early. You know.
Moving away from Luther, we've seen a slight issue you've had with Dillian Whyte over
Yeah.
social media. How I know that you've backed Alexander Povetkin to beat him again. Just talk to me about kind of that entire situation. How was you surprised to see Dillian respond in the manner that he did?
You know what? I don't even think it's Dillian now. People telling me that Dillian's social media, so is mine, run by different people, someone else, like his social media team. If Dillian was the one who wrote Wenka because I said what I feel and I said that he was going to get banged by Povetkin again, that's pathetic. I mean, I think he's a bigger man than that to react on manager, promoter, very credible one, proper connoisseur who knows the shit on DNA level, and he knows that, to put down a wanker because I predicted the result and I'm saying that that's going to happen again, that's a bit weak and a bit just immature, a bit juvenile. So that's why I think it wasn't Dillian. It was one of his crew, posse, who loves him. One of the guys who's on the payroll from him was just saying, "Oh, let me type that in." You know, maybe it was Dillian. You know what I mean? But listen, it's all banter anyway. I wish him all the best. Oh, listen, I'm bringing the spark in Dillian Whyte. Dill, you need to be on your best game to deal with that Russian beast. I'm telling you, because that Russian beast is on the roll. I know the team very well. He's coming to the UK to bang you out again. There's nothing else. Believe me. I spoke to the team. So you need to be ready. That's what I'm saying. So I'm hoping that with my negativity, I'm blowing a fighting spirit back in Dillian and giving him confidence, if that makes sense.
How do you see that fight playing out, Vinal? I know you said you back Alexander Povetkin. Do you just see him winning by stoppage again? Do you see it being even more devastating than what the first fight was? What are your thoughts?
Look, Dillian obviously learned from that fight, and Dillian, look, in order for Dillian to knock Povetkin out, he will have to engage. He will not be able to do that from the distance. More so, Dillian is not a boxer, so he will not be able to box Povetkin on the back foot like Joshua did against Ruiz. So there's an engagement somewhere, and there's a Russian roulette shootout, and let the best man, the quickest man, win. And the quickest man to this day is Povetkin in that fight. That's what the man with bigger vocabulary, the craftier man, the boxing fox man is Povetkin in that fight. And with a stronger punch as well. So that's why I fancy that. It potentially could be really boring. But if Povetkin senses that Dillian is backtracking and trying to be safe and rely on judges' scorecards, he will go forward and will fuck him up. Trust me. So Dillian really, at the moment, he's got massive mountain to climb. Anywhere from the boxing perspective, you look at that fight, he's losing.
Just to try and a couple of the fights, Usyk, Chisora. I know again you're very close with Alexander Usyk. Camp, you have a very good relationship with them. What do you make of his bout with Derek Chisora?
Schooling. That will be proper schooling. Derek is a beast, very strong. David Hay and Tony Bellew said, does Usyk getting knocked out? My answer will be, don't be silly, boys. Just don't be silly. Be careful with your... Oh, man. Listen, Brits are passionate, aren't they? Let's be realistic. Let's be serious. Let's be serious. You have Matrix in front of Chisora. Absolute Matrix. Specimen, one of the most intelligent people I have ever met. One of the most solid people I have ever met. Derek is very good and having a role, but he's a street man from London, fighting against Olympian. It's another Dillian Whyte Povetkin situation, but much worse with bigger gap. He's got the chance though. He's got Punch's chance. That's all he has. Punch's chance.
And then finally, we've got the huge undisputed lightweight title fight this coming week, and between Vasyl Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. Again, Vasyl Lomachenko, somebody you know well. Talk to me about that fight, though, Al. What are you expecting?
I'm expecting for Teofimo Lopez to get found out and get punished for his big mouth, big Mexican mouth. That's what's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Because Lomachenko will turn up the best Lomachenko you have ever seen to teach that man a lesson. And you know what? If Lopez wins, great. It's a change in generation. I don't care. But I know Loma going to bring it. I know Loma going to bring it.
That fight's on Fight TV as well, the same way that you've had your shows on Fight TV. Talk to me about that relationship and how impressed have you been with the services Fight TV have been able to provide?
You know what? Ben Hallaby, the director of Fight TV UK, contacted me and said, Al, I like your Cold War series. And it's the first Cold War, let's do something. And we established that relationship and we're very happy. We're working. I decided not to charge UK fans this time. And because I've got enough budget now, I'm donating this series to the UK fans for free. And so Fight TV can genuinely capitalize from UK viewership, you know? I mean, we've got enough and we are happy. It's all about exposure. And it will be on Fight TV tomorrow, 14:30, 2:30, early afternoon start on the undercard tomorrow, on the 15th of October. They can see the fights, but the three fights, the main fights, Chudinov, Brown, Podolski, Samedov, and Troyanovsky, Garrido are the main fights to watch. There's actually a very, very strong Belarusian prospect who knocked Baranchik down in amateurs. He's a 29 years old Belarusian monster, Yevgeny Dolgolevets, 2-0 with 2 KOs. He's looking to do third KO tomorrow against quite good journeyman. So that's what we're going to kick off the card from. So it's 4 fights. So we've got 6 round, a 10, 6 round, 8 round, a 10 round, a 10 rounder. Enough great boxing, international boxing entertainment. And log on to Fight TV. You can find the link on my social media, on Siesta Boxing, Twitter, Instagram. Hopefully, Boxing Social will retweet that as well. So, and all other guys, go to Fight TV, watch Kold Wars, and enjoy yourself. Honestly, I promise it will be good.
Al, it's been a pleasure to catch up with you. I will leave you now to shoot off to enjoy the rest of your day and obviously get ready for the weigh-in. Final word to yourself. What would you like to say to everybody before I let you go?
Guys, don't take things too seriously. Life's too short. I love you all outside. The wars are only in the ring. Outside is nothing but love. Is all pure love. I love you. God is great. Enjoy your life. Watch Fight TV. Support Siesta Boxing. Give your Russian promoter, people's promoter, Al Siesta, support as well on all the social media, guys. Sign up, follow, and give us your love. Yeah. Thank you. And Boxing Social, thank you for support. Great platform.
Al, it's been a pleasure to catch up with you. Stay safe. I'll speak to you soon. Thank you for speaking to Boxing.
Same to you, brother. Stay safe.